Hello, this is Sogfrog with my first ever StarCraft 2 commentated. I can't even say it right. This is my first ever StarCraft 2 commentary. There we go. Let's get it right, folks. So, anyways, we have two players here: Inferno, the gold Protoss, and Resonance, the blue Protoss. Here, they're doing a best 2 out of 3 match for the North American Amateur StarCraft League. I will include a link down below. Just go ahead and check that out. But just in case I lied to you there, and I actually don't, it is www.naasleague.com. A lot of good stuff going on there right now. Nix, he is heading it up. He's the big cheese over there. Give him a PM if you got any questions. But anyways, let's get back to the match at hand. This is the first game. It takes place on Shakira's Plateau. And each one of these bases has a normal entrance, followed by a back door, which is protected by or blocked by destructible rocks. Once both sets of destructible rocks go down, there is a path open between both bases, putting both bases pretty close together. But until that happens, there's a pretty big rush distance between the two maps. There are 2 Xel'Naga watchtowers to help provide sight over the middle. There are 0 gold expansions, but there is a cool little smiley face down here. I just noticed that for the first time the other day. Alright, so we have Resonance opening with a Forge first. Meanwhile, Inferno is opening with a Gateway first, followed by a Gas. All that we have on the map at the moment is just a little bit of scouting action. Inferno's going to go ahead and see this Forge, and probably going to wonder if he's getting some sort of cheese in his base. So I wouldn't be surprised if he started looking for some proxy pylons. And speaking of which, we have Resonant placing a proxy pylon right outside the natural of Inferno. And sure enough, Inferno is sending probes down here, but he does not see this pylon yet. And we get another probe down here, just doing a little scouting. Basically, all Inferno is going to do is he just wants to make sure there's no proxy pylons inside of his base. That way he doesn't have, that way he doesn't get cannon rushed. Alright, so we pull up the unit counting station. We see we got 1 Zealot, 19 probes, now 20 for Inferno, 19 probes for Resonance. Resonance has opted for the fast expand, and it looks like Inferno's going to go ahead and scout this real quick, followed by suiciding that probe. Now this Zealot was out on the map. He brought him back. Looks like rather than send these Zealots out to this somewhat well defended Nexus, it looks like Inferno's going to go down and throw down a Nexus of his own. And right there, Inferno's probe is going to go ahead and scout this expansion. Scout the pylon, and these 2 Zealots are going to make short work of that. Alright, so Inferno has gone Gateway into Cybernetics Core with another Gateway. Resonance followed his Forge with 2 Gateways. Doing a little probe transfer here. Always nice to see players getting good saturation on both of their bases. And it looks like Resonance is in a pretty good condition here. He is, we look at the unit counting station, slightly ahead in probes. He has his expansion up well before Inferno's, and all Inferno has on the map right now, or at his base, is just 2 Zealots. So Resonance can sit back, go ahead and focus on his economy. In fact, both players can sit back and focus on their economy for quite a while, because it doesn't look like there's going to be any early aggression here. And we do see a Cybernetics Core going up for Resonance now. Inferno turning his into warp gates. And we see the first robotics facility on the map. And there we go. The first observer. Let's go back to the, or let's go to the APM. We could see Inferno out at around 50 APMs per minute. APMs per minute, I don't know why I said that. 50 APM. And Resonance around 65 APM. Back to the unit counting station, we could see that Inferno has a nice little mix of Zealots, Stalkers, and Sentries, whereas Resonance, although ahead in the economy, has, well, understandably a smaller army. Go back to the production tab, we can see that Resonance has armor level 1 in the works. Inferno's working on his first Immortal. And Inferno's going to go ahead and see exactly what Resonance is up to. He's going to go ahead and see this robotics facility. Probably expect both of these players to focus shortly on heavy or on good amounts of Colossi out on the field. So that being said, this Immortal, and let me see if there's another one building up here. Yes, these Immortals, I imagine they're going to be pretty useful in this battle for Inferno. And we get a Twilight Council going up for Resonance, followed by the robotics facility, or sorry, the robotics base, so we can start working on those Colossi. And same thing going on for Inferno as well. And it looks like from the unit counting station, Resonance is still in a pretty decent lead economy-wise. However, I just want to stop and focus on these players' army composition right now. We have about 6 Stalkers, 2, maybe another one in the works up here. Yes, 3 Immortals, and good amount, 6 Zealots, 2 Sentries. And for Resonance at the moment, we have a bunch of Zealots and just a few Stalkers. Let's see what... Okay, so now he's working on weapons. And it looks like he's going to throw down another forge so we can go ahead and work on those upgrades for his units. But I want to say, just at the moment, this army composition from Inferno just looks a lot more... it looks very sturdy against what Resonance currently has. That being said, charge lots are pretty powerful. But I don't think he has a researched leg speed yet. Oh, never mind, he has. Alright, so Resonance going to go ahead and throw down his 3rd expansion, but with Inferno's observer here, I'm curious as to how long this expansion is going to be up before Inferno knows what's going on. And I'm sure Inferno's going to have something to say about that when he finds out. Also, I found this game pretty interesting because we have 2 Xel'Naga watchtowers. However, neither of these towers have been held or even been contested over the course of this game. So at this point, you can see these players are pretty much playing in the dark, except for 1 observer by Inferno. And does Resonance even have an observer? Yes, he does. Okay. So both these players just relying on observers for their intel. It does not look like Inferno has scouted this 3rd Nexus yet. Sorry about that drop in frame rate, but he is going to see it momentarily. And there you go, he scouts it. And it looks like he is going to immediately move out on the map. Good amount of Colossi, Immortals, Stalkers, Zealots, Sentries. Meanwhile, Resonance is sending down the probe transfer. Does he even know that Inferno is on the way? No, he does not. And it looks like he will not even see him till Inferno's just knocking on his doorstep. Knocking on his doorstep. Knocking on his door. I'm just awesome. Alright, so Inferno just walking right in here. He's going to take this Nexus down, no problem. Probably before Resonance even gets down there. We do see that a stray Colossus being picked off pretty handily. Let's go ahead and look at this battle here. Resonance looks like he's in pretty bad shape here, as Inferno's forces have managed to take down this Nexus and whittle most of Resonance's army down to nothing. Meanwhile, we have a small group, it's about 6 charge lots, there we go, headed over to Inferno's base, and there is nothing there, so I would expect them to be able to pick off quite a few probes while Inferno is focusing on Resonance's base. And Resonance looks to be in pretty bad shape here, but these Zealots are just going to be able to take down so many probes if Inferno doesn't quickly decide to do something about it. We do see a few sentries coming in here. Meanwhile, over at Resonance's base, we have 4 stalkers. We have 4 Colossi. A 5th one coming in to one of Resonance's. A few charge lots there, but they just are not going to be able to stop these Colossi. We go ahead and see that at Inferno's base, these Zealots are still doing massive damage. They've brought the probe count down to 30 and 28, but at this point, Inferno just has so many Colossi. I really do not see this working out for Resonance, and I would expect to see a GG here at any moment. Pretty interesting game by both of these players, but I would say that the unit composition was, from the get-go, favoring Inferno. And there you go. Good game, and look forward to seeing the next cast shortly after this.